I don't think that anyone can learn to be a great cook. I really don't. I think it's something that they live for a few lifetimes, and they know intuitively what ingredients to use, how to work in the kitchen, how things marry with one another and so forth. But I do think that anyone can become a good cook, and with practice and effort they can learn to put together a lovely nutritious meal for the family and friends. They might cook up a few weird things once in a while, but typically they're learning to think outside the framework of their patterning, and that's got to be a good thing. It shows that they're starting to become creative. Getting kids to be in the kitchen and play about with food is a good thing, and we kind of have to say, well, you know, so what if the kitchen's going to be a mess? You know, I struggled with that when my kids were small, but you know, a bit of flour on the floor, whatever, some things splattered on the wall. Okay, it doesn't really matter that much in the order of things. It engages them, and it gets them to play with things and feel things, put it in their mouth or whatever, and it's a great way for them to learn. Just like a small kid learning how to cook, don't expect instant success or mashed potatoes, you know. Goodness, I don't know who would buy those things, but anyway, instant mashed potatoes. It takes work, it takes application to find success on the spiritual path. But it's okay. Remember, you think the Buddha took at least 350,000 incarnations to become enlightened, so we can expect to come back a few more times, I think. As my guru says, what's the rush? Enjoy yourself while you're here. What would you do anyway with your enlightenment for the rest of eternity if you became enlightened? There is no beginning, there is no end, and so there really shouldn't be any rush to move towards this thing that we call samadhi, which is not really translatable. Spiritual narcissism, along with religious fanaticism, is a plague. The Bodhisattva would say, how can I become enlightened anyway when there is so much suffering and pain in the world? We need teachers, we need gurus, we need people around us in everyday life to inspire us. And they're walking among us today. So the lesson, I guess, really is to make everyone your teacher. Put that into your food sheath. Namaste. So remember, we said we're going to get these fingers involved, and it's really interesting because when you're making the pastry, you're bringing the air into it and so forth. These are the two fingers we're using mostly. This is the clinging to life, remember, that klesha. And this one here is the egoism klesha. And so these two fingers we're using mostly. So we can kind of get the other fingers involved as well and make it sort of, you know, a little bit of a conscious kriya. Remember, if we're by ourselves, we could be chanting a mantra, perhaps. Madhyam Udgitam Mangalam. Or not. We could be listening to the Beatles or something else, or just being very quiet and inward. But it's this process of lifting, getting the air in it. We have all the elements here in the pastry, and we just kind of want resembling sort of fine sort of breadcrumbs, really. We don't want to get the fingers in there too much.